PJ is a really hip kid in a very unhip bod. And it's just sort of a genetic predisposition. Come on, it was really stupid. I thought that might be, if I put the voice back here, it might give him a little sort of more girth, Way to go, man! I just heard about you and Roxanne. You can go, oh, Max, don't be such a jerk, man. Come on, Roxanne loves you, But that's,
If I make it more like this, then it doesn't give it so much girth. It sounds smaller. Not to say that you can't have a hefty person that talks like this,
but I think this is more effective, personally.
Great.
All right, Rob. So here we are, the month of
Here
April.
we are. Yes, sir.
2025.
That's right.
And what this year marks? Like, I'll give you a hint. It's to do with this character on this year T-shirt.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that you are suggesting that this is the 30th anniversary of a Goofy movie. Is that right?
Correct.
Yes, sir. Well, as PJ, I can't tell you how excited I am. The best part of my job, man, is watching how you smile. That's better than Powerline, man.
And I couldn't stop listening to Eye and Stand Out. Both.
Stand Out, yeah, no kidding. Great songs, and they've really stood the test of time, haven't they?
Yeah, and I especially love the cover by Magnolia Park. Is that the name of the group?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was from the Whole New Sound album from last year. And
yes.
That version is very energetic, and it makes me feel like I'm rewatching the Goofy movie over and over again.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of people apparently have and do. I think one of the things that's been such a lovely surprise in the last, recently. It's always nice to speak with you and my other friends whom I just so appreciate taking time to chat with me at cons or online. But I must say, every day, I'm more and more surprised at the number of young folks your age who love a Goofy movie. I had no idea that it was that relevant to your generation. My goodness, it's 30 years old, but they're releasing all sorts of new swag, and I think there's going to be a release of
the Pop Funko.
Say again?
Is it the Pop Funko action figures?
I think so. I think maybe they'll release those, or maybe Disney will do their own. I don't know. I mean, I haven't yet seen a Funko figure of PJ. There probably are some of Max and Goofy. I know there are lots of Goofy. But I'm not sure about that. But what I'm pretty sure of is that there's going to be a little documentary about the making of a Goofy movie. I'm not sure what'll be on, but if anybody knows about it, you will.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I saw another tweet on Twitter and Threads and Instagram that it's coming to Disney Plus on the day that Goofy movie was released, April 2nd.
Right. April 2nd. Okay, so that's tomorrow.
Today's the first, but the 7th is on a Monday.
The 7th. I thought you said the 2nd. Okay, so it's a week from today. Or tomorrow, week from yet.
Yeah, we're getting confused by the dates of the month or something.
So it's the week. It's a week from yesterday.
A week from yesterday, April 7th.
April 7th. I'm so looking forward to that. That's fantastic. And if I'm not mistaken, they probably have video. Well, of course they would. Video from the making of the show, of the movie 30 years ago, in which case you'll see yours truly with much darker hair, no beard, and as I recall, I think I had kind of a mullet that was down to here, probably wearing a cap as well, a golf cap or a sports cap, but yeah, it'll be fun to see all my friends, and I'm Pretty sure all of them are still with us. Goofy's doing great. Jimmy Cummings is doing great. Jason Marsden's doing great. I'm hanging in there, and so it's going to be really fun to see.
Yeah, yeah, very fun. And it's been almost a year since I've met Jim in person after meeting him virtually 4 times during the pandemic a few years ago.
Yeah, yeah. He isn't he great, boy. I'll tell you when he starts ripping as uh, Pete or Winnie or Darkwing or oh golly, Winnie. Tigger. My
Yes,
goodness,
sure, take a
he's just he's just unstoppable. Quite a guy. Had the pleasure
yeah.
of knowing Jimmy. I've been a friend of Jimmy's for probably 40 years, if not longer. And Jim on his podcast mentioned to me last year that he he did some calculating and said that he and I are work together more than any other. I've worked with him more than any other actor with whom he's worked, and I can't argue with him because between Darkwing, Tasmania, Goof Troop, Ninja Turtles, God, I can't remember uh, uh, all this other stuff on which I've worked with which I've worked Jimmy lots and lots and lots of times. But anyway, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It
And
is.
uh, and throughout the past couple of weeks, I've been prepping up a ton of questions and trivias as well for the Goofy movie itself.
Yeah.
Like classic questions, like what's the question you get asked the most about the Goofy movie at different cons, but we'll get to that later. And
Okay.
it took me a long time to put this all together.
I'm sure it did.
Okay, so let's start things off with the movie that came out on April 7th, 1995.
Mhm.
What is it about this movie that makes it so popular?
Oh my good. If I don't mean to be coy, but Seb, if you and I knew that formula, you and I would be filthy stinking rich. Because I don't know. I've worked on a lot of stuff. I've worked on uh, shows and projects that I thought, oh my goodness, there is no way this show will not be successful. I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to have a job for 2 or 3 years and then crickets. Uh, and Goofy movie, I remember when it was released at the El Capitan Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, which is a Disney-owned theater. It's an old Hollywood venue that they bought years ago. Disney bought years ago and revamped it, and it's just beautiful, absolutely overwhelming. And I remember that the movie did pretty well, but it's in my view, I'm not a uh, I'm not obviously in any position of authority at Disney or anywhere where else for that matter. But um, you just never know. I mean, it was a big deal to me and to the cast members and obviously to Disney. But it's not like Lion King, It's not like Pocahontas or the big movies, Lilo and Stitch, uh, and any of those. Um, and so it played in the theater, and then it went to, in those days, VHS,
Hmm.
and that's kind of, and then I guess it's probably on streaming. I don't know. I don't know where it went, and you forget about it, like pretty much everything else, because for you know 20 years plus, I'd go to events and people would mention a Goofy movie sometimes, or they'd say, "Hey, you were PJ in Goof Troop." Yeah. But 10 years ago, on the 20th anniversary of a Goofy movie, I was invited down to D23 to do a panel and a screening of a Goofy movie. And when I got the call from the folks putting it together, I said, "Oh man, this is great! I'm going to see uh, Jason and Jim and Bill and all these lovely people and oh gosh, the gentleman, the young fellow who sings "Eye to Eye." That's uh, what's the singer's name? Oh,
Something,
Tre
but
Tevin Campbell, and he was there and performed, killed it, and we had the best time. And there were 1,000 people at the screening, and I went home thinking, "Oh my God, I had no idea how wonderful." And so I called my son Ash, who at the time was about 20, and I said, "Hey man, do you and your girlfriend ever watch Goofy movie?" He said, "Yeah, probably watch it a couple times a year. We love it."
wow.
And then the more I'd ask people who are my son's age and younger, "Do you guys ever watch Goof?" And the response is always the same. Of course, it's one of my favorite movies. Well, as we approach the 30th anniversary, in the last probably 3 years, every con I attend, every single one, I have a whole bunch. If I meet 200 people during a weekend, I'll bet a third of them mention or see something on my table that's got the Goofy movie cast or whatever. "Oh my God, I didn't know you were PJ. Oh my God, but hey, honey, this guy's PJ." No idea. So now it is such an incredible pleasure because as I get older, um, there are all these lovely little surprises come up saying, oh yeah, well, people love turtles and Animaniacs and all that, but Goofy movie, huge. And I am thrilled. So back to your question, why is it that popular? I can tell you as a father, I believe the reason it's so relevant is because its relevance is timeless. And if I'm still around in 30 years, it'll be interesting to have that conversation to see if it's still around. And I'll bet it is because the dynamic between Max and Goofy, while they're trying to figure each other out, that Goofy loves Max, but Max doesn't seem to understand Goofy, and Goofy doesn't seem to understand Max, and Max loves his dad, but he says, "Yeah, I love you, Dad, but drop me off here. I don't want my girlfriend to see me walking up with my dad." All
Mm,
the stuff that parents and children go through, and somehow they make it through, and they end up loving each other despite all their differences and despite the difficulties, because Dad understands what it was like when he was a kid. Sometimes you got to be reminded that uh, your kids can teach you a lot. You don't know everything.
mm.
And I think that's what that movie hits on. Plus, it's got great music. Um, it's very funny. And speaking of which, I think the relationship between PJ and Pete is pretty funny
Yeah,
because Pete's just bellicose and over the top, and PJ just wants to fit in, man, because I can't do it because I ain't got the moves, and I want to find the leaning tower of Cheesa. So, uh, and the main thing is, it makes you laugh. And if that's the case, and it makes
absolutely.
millions of people laugh, it will never not be relevant.
And and I already stopped at the quote where PJ just got detention for this whole standout thing at high
Yeah,
school. Like, oh no, my dad is gonna smash me like a fly. Smash me
he's
like
got.
a fly.
Dad is gonna squash me like a bug.
Oh,
Yeah,
squash it like a bug. I got
yeah.
the wrong word, but thanks for correcting
It's
me.
okay.
Oh man.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
real. Now, when you have seen Goofy movie, do you see it on streaming on D23, or do you have it like? Is it available for purchase
on
or?
it's on Disney Plus. It's on Disney
Okay,
Plus.
and it's on there. You can stream it anytime on Disney Plus, or does it just come on at certain times?
It could stream at any time. It was
Wow,
on
cool.
there. It was there on the day that Disney Plus was launched.
Got it.
Probably around November 2019.
Got it. Great. Cool. Well, that's good to know. So if it's always there, then apparently a lot of people are watching it, and I'm thrilled to death.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so, well, there's too many questions that I've written down, so I'm gonna have to select each of the questions that might be suitable for the occasion.
Go right ahead. I'll try to answer more succinctly.
Well, okay, so the first act of the movie focused on Max trying to make a good impression for his high school girlfriend, Roxanne, by
Yes.
disguising himself as Powerline. How would you describe this scene in your own words? How would you describe the relationship between Max and Roxanne?
Well, he's got an enormous crush on Roxanne, and that's a very powerful motivator. Um, I, I I can say that any of the scenes in the relationship between Max and Roxanne is fraught with, well, maybe not fraught's the right word, but although Max gets pretty nervous,
Mm.
but it is what's the word? Fraught, not fraught. That suggests something that's a little bit frightening. And maybe not, maybe fraught adjacent, because he does get pretty frightened. And having been, 16, 17-year-old boy a million years ago, if there's some little girl you have a crush on, or I should say, if there's someone on which you have a crush, on whom you have a crush, uh, it's exciting, it's frightening when the boy or the girl and is the object of their desire and the apple of their eye and all that stuff, and makes their heart go boom, 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 boom. It is nervous making, and you don't know what to say, and you kind of look at the ground and you think, oh my gosh, I hope this girl likes me. And then sometimes they'll say, oh, Rob, I like you so much. You're so funny. I'm glad we can be friends. And I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute. I, I'm funny. Am I pretty too? Am I
Mhm.
cute too? And yeah,
Yeah.
sure, but I'm so glad you're my friend. I think part of that is what Max was going, oh my gosh, I hope she likes me in the romantic way, and I hope I make her laugh, but I hope it's not just that I make her. So it's untread, what's the word I'm looking for? It's an unknown commodity when you're a kid. How do I deal with romance, and how do I deal with a crush? Um, but it's utterly human, and the truth is that whether you're 16 or 96, if there's someone on whom you have a big crush, it it still creates those butterflies, and it's one of the best parts of being human is being able to have those feelings. I just love it, and it's charming the way it's depicted in a Goofy movie.
Wow. I mean, compare that to Charlie Brown and the Little Redhead Girl, because Charlie had a crush, and he has the nerve to talk to her
There
in
you go.
special, especially
Yeah.
in the 3D movie from 10 years ago.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So next one, another scene from the movie Bigfoot. Big.
Oh man.
What was the idea behind this moment in the film?
Well, firstly, it's just a cool little Easter egg that they throw in there, and of course, when you're talking about Bigfoot, uh, no one's ever seen it. So her, him, I don't know the correct pronouns for Bigfoot. Them, they, he, her, it, she, we, them, Larry, I don't know. But when you get Disney animators and Kevin Lima, the director of the movie, who is brilliant, when you let them loose and those Disney animators, man, all bets are off. You know they're going to have a blast, and they did. And Bigfoot was performed vocally by Frank Welker. And anytime you have Frank doing anything in any project, you got the best of the best of the best, the creamiest cream of the most prodigious crop, Frank Welker, especially when it comes to um, humanizing, if I that's the sounds and the noises that Frank makes for whichever character. Um, the little hummingbird in Pocahontas, that was Frank. Uh, Simba's roars in The Lion King, that's Frank. He's been the voice of Freddy on Scooby-Doo since 1969. 55 years, 56 years.
Kidding.
Yeah, but and he's still killing it. He lives 5 minutes from me. We're best of friends.
Oh,
Uh, Play golf with him all the time. And so when Frank gets a hold of Bigfoot, it's going to be funny, and it is. So I don't know why they put him in, but I'm sure glad they did.
yeah, that was funny too.
Mhm.
And next, I thought maybe we could try recreating a few quotes from the film. I
Okay,
searched them up on IMDb and I've written them down in my notepad so I won't forget.
great.
So let's try "It's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa," said by Bobby. Can you do your best Bobby impression? Or
Well, let's see. That's Pauly Shore. I think he's. Let's see. It's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa, bro. Let's see. What's up, bro? I mean, because I don't hang with Pauly very often, and I've not seen the movie in a bit,
oh,
but he's really into that. Yeah, what's up, bro? We found the Leaning Tower of Cheesa, and they pick up these pieces of pizza with gobs of cheese. Oh, that's great. Great stuff.
yeah. I'll give it a try. So it's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa, man. Oh,
Yeah, there you go. It's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa, man. Ow! Good job. You're better than me, Seb. I was louder, but you're
am
better.
I?
Yeah,
Um,
oh yeah. You were much more nuanced. I just
yeah,
make a lot of noise.
could say I'm cool, just
You're
like
cool.
the character of Bobby.
Oh, you're very cool, man. Very cool.
All right. Next up, two. Roxanne, please don't forget me. I will return someday, though I might be in traction when I do. That's a lyric from On the Open Road, but I'm not going to do the singing voice for it.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
Roxanne, please don't forget me. I will return someday, though I might be in traction when I do. Please don't forget me.
That's
Can you,
wonderful. That's excellent.
can you
Have you ever met Jason Marsden?
I have twice during the Halloween GalaxyCon virtual chats.
That's so great. Isn't he a charming young man? Well, young man. I think he just turned 50. But
Yeah.
for me, that's a young man. Yeah, he is. See, I've known Jason since he was, yeah, I think I've known Jason since he was like 15 or 16. Oh my God. Same with Cree Summer. I've known her since she was 19.
Oh.
So it's pretty crazy to see these kids whom I met when I was 35 and they were still teenagers. That's pretty wild.
Mm,
Yeah.
not, nothing but the good old days.
Oh boy, that's for sure. Okay, do another one.
All right. I'll do one with you. And
Oh, good. Okay, go ahead.
it is endemic. Endemic. Am I saying it right?
I
Endemic.
think it isn't. I know which one it's about.
It is
It's kind of a long quote. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. It is endemic of the current culture that those with large statue are a structure. That's a structure. Uh,
Statue.
stature.
Statue.
Stature
Yes.
are overlooked except by vultures
Except by vultures.
with no regard to the depth of those of their souls, the height of their passion, and the beauty
The
of their
beauty
moments.
of their a beauty of the moment. And then the young woman to whom he's speaking says, like, you are just a great big hunk of yes. I think that's what she
From
says, right?
from the Goofy movie 2 from
Is
2000.
that from the Goof movie?
Yeah.
That quote was from the second one?
Yeah. I had to put
I
it in
got
there.
it. Great. No, I've seen that quote, and he just all of a sudden he waxes poetic. It's like I think he's memorized this really cool thing, and he says it, and then she looks at him. You are just a big, gorgeous hunk of yes, or something. It's beautiful.
Man, even though it came out on the leap year in 2000, I still like the sequel.
Yeah, me too. I didn't, like I said, man, I had no idea about the first one. So it just stands to reason that maybe folks will keep, is the second one on Disney Plus as well?
It is.
Got it. Cool.
And next, um, PJ and my dad is gonna smash me like a bug.
Excellent. Oh man, Max, my dad is gonna squash me like a bug. Yeah,
Hey, PJ, detention.
that's right.
Ow.
Ow! That's Pauly Shore, bro. Ow! Did you ever see? I think it was called Encino Man. I think Pauly Shore's in that. I'm not sure. That's the one with. Oh, forgive me. The actor who, a wonderful actor who won an Oscar a couple of years ago for The Whale, and he was
It was it was Brendan Fraser. It was Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. He was in Encino Man, and I think. Hang on a second. Hey Siri, who's the cast of Encino Man? Pauly Shore, Sean Astin, Brendan Fraser. Yeah. So and Pauly was totally Pauly in that movie. What's up, bro? Very
Wow,
cool. Yeah.
fantastic. Anyways, those are the quotes that those were all the quotes I could look up from both Goofy movies and on IMDb.
Yeah.
So now I decided to write myself a Goofy movie quiz to see how
Great.
much you can remember from that film.
Please. All right. Give me my best shot. If I don't do well, is anything going to happen to me? Because I'm not as smart as you.
I'll try to make them easy for you, not too hard.
Thank you. Let me down easy, Seb.
Not too hard. Okay, question one. What
Okay.
is the last word of the following lyric in the song After Today? I need a new me plus some positive proof that I'm not just a blank.
I'm not just a nerd.
No.
No.
It's
Okay. What's
positive.
the answer?
It rhymes with proof. But the word
Oh, goof, goof,
yes.
goof.
Yes.
Oh my God. Thank you. Well, that was an excellent question because we're talking about a goofy movie and you say it rhymes with goof. And of course, the song makes sense. Blah, 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 blah. Proof. Thank you, buddy.
Positive proof that I'm not just a goof.
Just a goof, of course.
Yeah, after today, it reminds me of watching a college movie, like The Breakfast Club or Karate
Yeah.
Kid and stuff like that. Maybe
Yeah.
Grease,
Yes.
and probably even the first song from Mamma Mia 2, When I Kissed a Teacher. Uh,
Yes. Absolutely.
all right, moving on. Question
Okay.
two. What is the name of the big monster that Goofy and Max came across whilst fishing?
Bigfoot.
Correct. Daddy, it's
Yes. All right.
Bigfoot!
I'm batting 500, man. Those are Hall of Fame numbers. I'm keep going.
Oh boy. Which Mickey Mouse cartoon character says this quote? I used to have a little cat once, and when it was left all alone, it had cried, meow!
Oh my gosh. And that's a character from the Goofy movie?
Yeah, years before the Goofy movie, he was in a short film called Mickey Takes a Trip, in which Mickey and Pluto go on a trip to I forgot the name of the place that they were going to, but there were no pets allowed on the train, so he had to hide Pluto to make sure that the the conductor doesn't make sure that no pets are allowed on the train.
I see. And so Pluto said meow?
Um, no, it was a just. I think it was an alarm. I think that the cats hate dogs, dogs hate cats, and
Got it.
the answer to that question, it was Pete. It was
Oh,
Pete.
I didn't know that. Well, thank you. How old is that cartoon? Do you know when that was made?
Probably in the late 30s. Mickey
Oh,
Mouse Takes a Trip.
great.
Old. all the Mickey Mouse shorts are on Disney
Excellent.
Plus.
Well, that's a very, very good question because people, if you want to answer that question correctly, you got to be like Seb and have a knowledge of Disney that is encyclopedic. So that's a great one. 30 years, my gosh. Uh,
Man,
Goodness gracious. Uh, well, if you were born in 1930, that means you're 95 now.
uh,
So, yeah, that's a pretty old one. Even I'm not quite 95. I'm close. Not quite. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, fire away. Next
All
one.
right. Question 4. Goofy and Max stop by at a theme park that is home to a furry creature. But what furry creature is it?
What furry creature? Oh, a possum.
It was a possum. That's
Ah,
correct.
thank you. I got it right. And then they went to that place that was like Possum Pete's or something.
Yeah,
Possum.
that was it.
Yeah, and I think I think one of the characters was kind of like uh oh gosh, Pat Buttram sort of sounded like this. Um, but oh, that was they went to like a Chuck E. Cheese thing.
I think so.
Yeah, that was great. Great stuff. Very funny.
Yeah. All right. Question 5.
Excellent.
I did the echo for effect. Okay.
Question five.
Yes.
Good for you, buddy.
All right. Which two Disney characters make an appearance during the song sequence that has this lyric, and it's California or bust?
Hmm. Are they Disney characters that are famous other than the Goofy movie?
Uh, they're very popular characters. Like, I'll give you a hint. He has 2 ears, and
Mickey?
yeah, yeah, it was Mickey Mouse.
Oh, well, I should remember that. Shame on me. I forgot that Mickey, the king of Disney, was in the movie. No wonder it's a hit.
Yeah, for
I
the lyric,
apologize. I
for the lyric.
apologize, my liege. Yeah.
And alongside him was the Quackster. Do you know
Uh,
who the Quackster is?
is that Donald Duck?
Yeah,
Excellent.
it was
Then
Mickey
if
Mouse
you've got
and
the
Minnie.
two, yep, if you've got the two most popular Disney characters in the movie, can't go wrong.
Hmm. Question 6.
Okay.
Who is the name of the fictional pop star whose songs include Stand Out and Eye to Eye?
Uh, Power line.
Correct.
Woohoo!
I wish I had a Powerline jersey t-shirt on me, but it would probably cost a fortune. The one from
Probably.
Roosevelt's, but
Probably. Yeah, well, except that they're coming out with so much new stuff. If you
yeah.
if you check out the Roosevelt's website at rsvlts.com, they have all kinds of cool Powerline swag, jackets, hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, lots of stuff. There's probably a whole bunch of stuff that Disney online from Goofy movie. I'm astonished at how much Goofy swag there is.
Yeah. Oh, well, this a piece of merchandise, the Art of Goofy T-shirt, was from Roosevelt's.
Yeah.
I tried to find the perfect size for Powerline jersey, like extra large, but it sold out quickly and
Oh, I
probably
bet.
around 60 quid,
Yeah.
$50.
Right. No, it's crazy. I'm thrilled that it's becoming that. Yeah, and you look so handsome in your Goofy shirt, man.
Yeah,
Very.
always pick the T-shirt that suits the occasion, like going to Disneyland Paris or meeting a voice actor like you and Jim and Bill and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
that's great, man.
Okay, next, question 7.
Okay.
What is the name of the song that Bigfoot listens to with headphones in his ears? And the song is featured in a 1977 movie called Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, does he like? Okay, give me a second. Does he like Staying Alive?
Yes, it was Staying Alive by the Bee
That's
Gees.
right. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman stand.
You
No time to come.
Yeah, you see, that was just like Barry Gibb.
Isn't
Oh,
that great? I
Goofy.
know it was written by God Almighty. When I was in my early 20s, late teens and early 20s, good gracious, they were ubiquitous. The Bee Gees, every single day, there was another hit from the Bee Gees. My goodness, the Saturday Night Fever, Staying Alive, the sequel, uh, all those Bee Gees songs, absolutely huge and rightly so. Quite gifted people.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought it was really funny to see Bigfoot dancing like John Travolta in the
Oh
film.
yeah,
Goofy and Max never even noticed. They were just silent.
yeah. Oh,
just
great
like you,
stuff.
just like you're doing John Travolta in your apartment, like the hotel room, which you are
Yeah,
in right now.
that's right. I had the pleasure of meeting John several years ago. We were the Turtle guys and I were at a show, Chicago, I think, and John was there. And what we're the same age, and he could not have been nicer. And we asked if we could have a picture with him, and he said, "Sure." And did you guys work together? I said, "Well, we're the Ninja Turtles." And he said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, we're four turtles." And he flipped out. It was pretty cool. That happens. It's really neat. It happens to almost everybody. That franchise is so big that
Oh my God,
people still kind of, I don't care if they're 60 years old, they go, Ninja Turtles. So it's pretty cool.
fantastic. Oh, all right. Next, question 8. Here's
Okay.
question. How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon?
How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon? Uh, let's see.
It was a quote
One,
from the film, by the way.
carry the five, sub chapter 8, square root of the cosine 5 minus 11, 14.
Close enough. It was 3.5. Max said 3.5.
Got it. Okay, well, 14 Canadian, 3.5 American.
Oh, is that so? All right, I'll
You're
take that
right,
answer.
pretty much. That's about what the exchange rate is for
Yeah,
you
the
nice folks up
currency. It
north.
was the currency.
Yeah,
Goofy said the question in his sleep, and
yeah.
Max is
Oh boy, Billy Farmer. I got to tell you, Bill Farmer, he is remarkable. He not only is he just an incredibly wonderful um, mimic, impressionist, but he's such a good actor. Oh my God, Goofy, he really inhabits that character and the earnestness and the silliness and the the kind of, well, that's the best I can do. Yep. He's just I love the way Billy does that character. And I think he's been doing it for like 37 years, a long time.
no, no way.
Yeah. Let me see. Hang on a second here. Let's see. I'll ask my personal assistant. Hey Siri, how long has Bill Farmer been the voice of Goofy? 1987. So that makes 48 years.
Wait,
Wait a
it's
minute,
38.
87,
38.
right, 87, 88, no, it's 87, 97, 2007, 2017. Oh, wait, no, 38 years, right? Yes, 38 years, because that's the same year we started doing Ninja Turtles. So 38 years, Billy has been the voice of Goofy, and he's killing it.
Man, and I think that's the trivia question sorted, but I saved the last question for last. So,
Got it.
what is the one question you get asked the most about the Goofy movie?
Um, You were in Goofy movie? That that's the question. Once people find out, or if they didn't know, and then and I tell them I was PJ, they flip. So they get a lot of or that or my goodness, what was it like working with those actors? I get that a lot, and it's a fair question because, as you know, so many of these folks, Jimmy, um, Bill, everybody we're talking about, Frank, uh, go on and on and on. the uh, Brett Iwan, who plays Mickey now. I was very close to Wayne Allwine and Russi Taylor, Mickey and Minnie, respectively, and they were married in real life. Seb,
Whoa.
did you know? Did you know that Mickey and Minnie were married in real life?
Yes, I believe I do.
That I love telling that to people because I'm telling you what, Disney could not have nailed it better than Wayne and Russi. Because when you have Mickey and Minnie, both the actors were excellent, of course, and they're really married and they're deeply in love. Oh my goodness. That just Rick Dempsey, who used to be the head of character voices at Disney, just a lovely man, a good friend, and a great guy. Um, his casting on that, genius.
Yeah,
And
pure
so, yeah,
genius.
it's a real pleasure. I get asked that a lot. What's it like working with these people? And I never shrug my shoulders and go, oh, well, they're great. It's oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's the show. If you or any of your fans ever happen to get to be able to go to a recording session for an animated show, that's the real show. Seeing these actors do their roles with such conviction, incredible senses of humor, uh, incredible, truly incredible improv skills in the context of the characters. Yeah, and I've had the opportunity to do that thousands of times, and it's never not wonderful to talk about it because these actors should be celebrated. They're profoundly gifted.
Mm, wow, that's all so amazing.
It
And
is.
Goofy, that's why he's Goofy. Goofy.
That's why he's Goofy. I remember in recording sessions, because Goofy movie was made because of the success of Goof Troop, which was a TV show. Maybe that's on
It is.
Disney,
It
Disney
is.
Plus. Oh my goodness, myself, Jim Cummings, of course, Billy Farmer, Jason Marsden. Actually, it wasn't Jason Marsden playing Max during the Goofy or Goof Troop. It was Dana Hill, uh, who was a wonderful young actress, a lovely young woman. She was in an excellent movie called Shoot the Moon with Albert Finney. Oh my goodness. If you have some time, watch Shoot the Moon. And Dana Hill, who is the young female lead in that movie opposite Albert Finney, uh, was the voice of Max in Goof Troop. She sadly passed away of her diabetes when
Uh,
she was quite young, but we all had the great privilege of working with her and became very good friends. And then, of course, for the movies, Jason took over and absolutely lit it up, and anything he works on is exceptional. So I've
Jason.
been very fortunate.
Jason's the perfect Max.
Isn't he? Isn't he? Oh my gosh, he's perfect. And again, he he can get so sad and torn up about
Yeah.
how to deal with this, and at the same time having a crush on Roxanne and not wanting his dad to overstep and say, "Oh, you must be Roxanne," and then Max is going, "Oh." So, yeah, he was perfect, perfect.
Fantastic. And
It is.
and before we go, and I think I want to share something with you movie wise.
Please,
It's
please.
something it's something that I've heard about, and it arrived in the UK and in the middle of March. So let me turn my background off,
Oh, okay.
so you don't get to see Roxanne's house anymore. I don't know if you heard about this movie, but this animated movie, it came out of China and it grossed over $2 billion at the worldwide box office.
Oh my goodness, what is it?
And it's called Neja 2.
I've never seen it. Oh, and so it's an animated movie?
Yes, it's an animated movie based off of 16th century Chinese mythology.
Oh my, wow. Well, does it get the Seb Sanford two thumbs up?
Yeah, definitely more than two thumbs up.
Okay.
It, I have to say that this It's actually known as the world's number one animated movie of all time this year.
I don't, I don't doubt it. And well, good for them. Anytime you can make anything with a pile of someone else's money that turns out to be not only entertaining but universally entertaining, that's that's really really something. And there are a handful of franchises in my lifetime that do that. Um, Star Wars, uh, Ninja Turtles, uh, certainly Lion King.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, Disney is the king of those, hit franchises. But if I've done a couple thousand half hours of animation, that means I auditioned for probably 4,000
Oh,
that I didn't get. And we can all look back, those of us who are fortunate to be around for 40 plus years, can look back and see things we worked on that we were utterly shocked that they worked because the recording process or whatever just didn't seem to be that big a deal, and it strikes a nerve and off you go. Then there are other things on which we work, look back and say, man, I would have bet every nickel I had that I'd be working on that thing for 10 years. And it's just, you never know. But I'll tell you who does know often are Disney and Warner Brothers. They, with their uh, iconic characters, franchise characters, I mean, come on. Bugs and Daffy, Mickey and Goofy and Pluto and Donald and Stitch and Lilo, and then back to Foghorn Leghorn and Yakko Wacko and Dot and Pinky and the Brain. Uh, those franchises just know what they're doing, and they've been competing for close to 100 years. It's fantastic.
yeah, it's a huge milestone. But they saw that didn't come from Disney or Warner
No,
or
no, that's what I mean.
or
That's what I
yeah,
mean. That's in our country, and what those of us in the West primarily see. Uh, and of course, China has 1 billion people. So if people in China watched it a lot, it would be a hit.
yeah.
Regardless, $2 billion is a lot of bread for is it? It's only one movie,
There was the first movie in 2019, which I haven't seen or heard of, but did hear of the second movie, which came out in the US and coming out of China, and then it arrived here in the UK last month, 2 weeks ago.
right?
And I, I thought to myself, what would happen if I watched a foreign language movie with subtitles for the first time in the cinema? And then I decided, why not give it a whirl? So I did, and
Great,
I watched Deja 2. And when I sat in the theater for less than 2.5 hours, that's how long
yeah,
the movie was. Almost, I was like, "Oh my God, this is nuts!" That
cool.
yeah,
And
that
it's called. Is you said Lazar, Lazar?
no, Neza, Nezha,
Oh no, you said Nez, right?
and no, Nezha. Um,
Right, Nez,
yeah,
Nez. Right. Okay, I was thinking Nezha. Yeah, I got it. Uh, wow. Yeah, 2 hours and 24 minutes. What? Wow,
yeah,
95% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.2 on IMDb, 99% on Fandango.
that's
Man,
correct.
boy,
It's
you are the best critic in the world, my
insane.
friend.
It's the I say it's the best animated movie of 2025 by a mile. That's
Yeah.
my
No,
review.
well, no kidding.
And
Re- It was released this year on 29 of January. Yu Yang is the director. Uh,
it's
wow.
it's all in Mandarin and it has English subtitles at the bottom of the screen.
And it's distributed by Warner Brothers. Um,
From
the
Singapore.
budget,
In
now,
Singapore.
here's what's fascinating is the budget, and I say this in context, was only $80 million. And it's
Oh,
already made, so it cost $80 million to make. Uh, but if it's made 2 billion, then oh my goodness, because a billion is 1,000 million. So it cost less than 1/10 of $1 billion to make, and it's earned 2,000 million.
And
It
I,
takes Seb Sanford. Yeah, that takes Seb Sanford almost a year to make that much money.
well,
So
that film took 5 years to make.
I know. Somebody told. Oh, and it's in the theaters right now.
Yeah, in the US. It played here in the UK for 2 weeks. I couldn't even stop watching that film for 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, it's here today. I can go see it in Monterey Park or Arcadia or
Yeah,
Redondo Beach.
you
Wow.
have to watch it before it goes away.
Oh yes, sir. I will, and it'll probably be on if they
It's
stream it. I don't know.
probably in a couple months, but there was one scene in the film, and it's in the third act, where it nearly reminded me of the Avengers versus Thanos final battle scene in Avengers Endgame, but
Got it.
in Mesa, a Chinese animation form. I mean, it was it was just insane. I
Yeah,
really recommend you give this movie a watch.
I will, based on Seb's recommendation and
Yeah,
getting it 100 thumbs up. I will, and I let me tell you something. If we have Seb Sanford's stamp of approval on anything, we know it's going to be good. So if you've given Goofy Movie your recommendation, that's very high praise, my friend. I'm very flattered. Thank you.
yeah. eh, and I think my throat and my mouth are exhausted after
Boy,
after
I hear you. You're a
after
busy man.
yeah, after talking about Mesa and how good it is, and I recommend you check that out again.
Yes,
And
sir.
speaking about all things the Goofy movie turning 30
Yes,
years
sir.
old, and
Yeah.
for the first time ever in 30 years, we are seeing each other eye to eye.
Do I. Then, ladies and gentlemen, that's it today for the Seb Sanford Show.
Yeah, and thank you, Rob.
Oh, thank
That's
you,
such a
Seb.
great
As
honor
always,
talking,
it is a
talking about
listen.
the Goofy movie.
Oh, please, my friend, it is nothing but a privilege to chat with you, Seb. You are such a bright young man, and you are always uh, happy, smart. Uh, it is refreshing to chat with you. It's enervating. It's I always feel good talking to Seb Sanford. And my friend, if you have that kind of innate charm, which you do, that will serve you well the rest of your life because you are just a fine, kind, smart young guy. And I'm really privileged to be your friend. So thank you, Seb.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you gave me so much of your time today.
And next time we should definitely talk about the my top five favorite movies of the year so far.
Oh,
When
please.
we get to the second half, that is, we should definitely continue the conversation from there. But this was all about Goofy Movie.
It sure was. Thank you, Seb. It's always a pleasure. Give my best to your family, and I appreciate them allowing you to give me the time to chat with you. And
Well,
I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will look forward to the next time we speak. And before we do it on camera, we'll do it online.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, buddy. Have a
Yeah,
great day.
take care and happy 30th to Goofy Movie.
Thank you, buddy. Stand out. Woohoo! See you
Woo!
later. Woo!
Somebody the only face you see gonna stand out till you notice me.
Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like what you've seen, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe today and turn on the notifications to be notified on new videos. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.